So hello guys, so this is Rajnish here, and today we will just discuss about access control system. So in last video we discussed overall complete ELV system basics, and now in this video we will cover only access control. We'll try to learn from basics to mid level only. So we'll start the lecture. Okay, so this is just about introduction only. So whoever don't know about access control, what is the access control system and what is the principle of this. So here we'll just explain. As you see, access control system is a security solution that regulate who or what can view or use resources in a computing environment or physical facility. Okay, means who who has the authority to use the resources inside the secure area, like that physical facility. Okay, so it is an essential part of security that prevent unauthorized entry, ensure employee safety, protect assets, sensitive data. Okay, and ACS is widely used in corporate offices, industries, data centers, airports, hospitals, and educational institutions. Okay, so this is access control. Okay, now what is the principle, how it work? So if you see in access control, we'll discuss in later slides. So there are multiple of component used in access control system. So here, like, when a user present credentials, okay, credentials means card reader, it could be biometric, means facial, iris and thumb impression as well, pin or mobile credentials like Bluetooth, and through the Bluetooth you can just open the door, you can use this as a credential. The reader sends data to controller. If you will use these credentials, okay, so reader will send the data to controller. Okay, and controller will verify against the database, like that controller will have the some database, and that will they will verify that that credential will is matching with that database or not. Okay, and then they will grant or denies the access. If they will not find, they will deny. If they will find, they will open the door. Okay, if approved, it activate the locking devices to open the door, and then after that event will be logged in controller. Okay, for the audit purposes. Okay, so next component of the access control system, as we discussed earlier. Okay, so here one controller, access credentials, readers, door contact, rex button, rex motion, and locking devices like locking hardwares, and cables, management software and power supply. So in short, we can see here, we'll discuss later. Okay, each way, like each one. So controller, actually this is the brain of the system. Okay, and that process the access request and signal the locking mechanism. Okay, so this is the controller. So this will process everything. Okay, now access credentials, we already told you, like card readers, and cards, not card readers, card, biometric template like face, thumb and iris, pin and mobile credentials. Okay, readers, like this reader will just take the input from your credentials, and that they will give the signal to controller. Okay, so there are multiple type of readers are available in market, like card readers, biometric scanners, keypad device and mobile scanners. Okay, next one, door contact. So door contact is just uh, like door positioning sensor. Okay, so this is just used to detect that like door is either closed or it's open, and this will just keep the status to controller. Rex button, rex means request to exit, request to exit. Okay, buttons, so this is just push button. These are going to be installed inside the secure area, not outside. Outside, only reader will be there. Okay, inside this rex will be there, same as motion. So in button you have to push the button, okay, but motion, this will work as a web, like this will be installed above the door, and this will just uh, like sense, this will sense it from the rays only, okay, infrared rays, and this will open the door, okay. Locking devices. So locking devices basically electromagnetic lock, strike, and turnstile and barriers. Okay, so these are going to be installed inside within the frame of the door, and this will be turnstile. If you see, if you have visited any metro station and somewhere, so you are using a card and tokens to go inside the metro to take the metro. Okay, so this is barrier, this is designed for the vehicles only, okay. Cables we are using 18 by 2, 22 by 2, 22 by 4, 22 by 6, and we'll know like what type of cable is using which devices, okay, which. And then composite cable. So this is just composite cable, means bunch of all cables, like this will just, they have manufactured one cable including this all type of cable, this will be thick, okay. And after that, management software. So this is centralized system for the managing user rights and access log and system integration. And now this last one, power supply. So every electronic device required a power supply, so we need a power supply. So this will just convert AC to DC, okay, and this will supply the power to controller, reader, and other component. Now we will just uh, understand what is the controller, okay. uh, so, and what is the function of this. So controller is just brain of access control, okay, and this is central processing unit that manage and coordinate all access control operations. They act as a decision maker, interpreting input from readers and credentials, verifying access rights, and triggering physical action like unlocking the doors. Correct. Now this next one is key function. So like credential verification, decision logic, signal transmission, and event logging. So here if you want to read, you can read this, it's not too much. Like matches input from the readers, like this will just credential verification, like suppose I am going to use a card reader cards, and when I will apply on the reader, this reader will send the signal to controller, and that controller will verify the credential. This is called credential verification, okay. And how this they will verify, and like first we have to configure the controller, and we have to put everything, every credentials inside the controller, and from that they will just verify, like they have the list of credentials, uh, like serial number and whatever, okay. From that they will verify this credentials is available in our database or not. If not, so they will just deny the access. If available, they will open the locking hardware, they will give the signal to locking hardware, that locking hardware will be unlocked and the door will be open, okay. So this is all just and after that the event will be logged for audit purpose, like this record access attempt successfully, and when and what time, when what date, okay. So this is the just function of the controller. Controller generally are going to connect with readers, okay, and then locks, and then software platform, like just for configuration purpose, okay. And controller are based on the OSDP, okay. So OSDP is a like new technology. This was invented in 2011, okay, 2011. So actually OSDP means open supervised device protocol, okay. open supervised Open supervised uh, device protocol, okay. And one more technology is also there, Weekend was invented in 1970. So this was just like before we used Weekend, but now both are using, like most of the controller has OSDP and like readers also supporting both systems, but people are and they are used to prefer this OSDP only. Okay, this is the access credentials. Okay, so here access credentials means what type of credentials we are using to show on reader, and then reader will acknowledge, and they will send the signal to controller. Okay, so here RFID cards access, biometric card access, keypad, pin entry, smart card, mobile access bed, face recognition, and multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication means like that will be combination of two or more than two, like as you see here, card and fingerprint both required. If you will enter only card, you will show the card, it will not open. You have to provide two authentication, like first we have to show the card, and after card then they will ask for the fingerprint. Okay, so this is just based on the radio frequency RFID. Okay, biometric will use your facial recognition, iris scan. Okay, fingerprint, keypad and pin entry is like just normal, like they will use the keypad. By keypad you can use your pin whatever. Okay, and then smart card will have the chip, and that chip there will be some encrypted uh, number, like some number will be there, that number will send through reader to controller in encrypted way. This will not go in like in direct same number. Okay, this will be encrypted in between, and then controller will decode it. Okay, then mobile credentials means like NFC and Bluetooth, QR code, everything, like so many things are there. Facial recognition, it's same like. Okay, next one, what type of access credentials, it's also like just it should be card only, it's wrong here. Type of access, like type of access cards. Okay, this is wrong. So what type of cards we are using? So if you see, this is magnet strip card, and here magnetic strip will be there. This is low cost, and it could be duplicated. Okay, so we are using where school bus visitor passes somewhere. Okay, proximity card, this is based on the frequency. Okay, and smart card, this also this is advanced technology smart card, and this we are using the encrypted and secure and data secure and support data processing. Okay. Weekend card and NFC and biometric. If you see here inside right side, there was image. So weekend card is like invented in 70 and 80s. It's like that. Okay, it's look like that. And 90s to till today, they are using barcode and code card. Okay, and this is magnet strip, and here RFID, radio frequency infrared. Now this one is smart card. So these are the cards. If you want to take the screenshot, you can take it. Okay, next part, just reader. So reader is like access control reader are the interface devices that validate the credentials and communicate with the control panel to grant or deny the access. They can come in various form of depending on type of credentials they are designing to read, and card readers, biometric scanners, keypad devices, multi-technology readers. Okay, so these are the readers. Like see, this is keypad, and this is both biometric with keypad, and this is just smart card. Like next one, door contact, Rex button and Rex motion. So these are just field devices, and if you see here, door contact. So door contact is just used to monitor the status of door, whether it's open or not. Okay, and how it's work, it's a magnetic sensor installed on the door frame, like this are going to be installed on door frame. Okay, these are two called door contact. So this one is recessed means this will be fixed inside the frame and inside the door, so that wired part will be installed inside the frame and this part will be installed in inside the door. Okay, so so when the door open or close, the magnetic field change and send the signal to controller. Okay, and the controller will understand like door is opened or not. If someone is going to use break the door without any credentials, so this signal will go to the controller and controller will check either we provided the access or not. If controller understand like they have not provided any access and that door was opened, so that will give some trigger. Okay, alarm trigger. Now this is rex button is going to install inside the secured area, and if someone authorized person are there within a secured area, so they can just use the button, like they will press the button and they will be moved out from the secured area without any credential. So this is also work like same, when you are going to press the button, that will send a signal to controller to momentarily unlock the door. Okay, typically where it is used, typically mounted near the door on secure side, especially in system with fail secure lock. You know, fail secure and fail safe. Fail safe means if something is like there is a lock and and there is power failure, if like there is power loss, then what will happen? If power loss will be there, so in fail safe, door will be open automatically. Okay, door will be open because it's a safe. Because if someone is inside and power will, there will be power loss, so what will happen, like that people have to be moved out from that premises, means like this people is safe, like. Okay, if suppose fail safe, what is fail secure? Fail secure means if power is locked, if power is lost, then door should be closed, remains closed. Okay, so this is called fail secure. Like this is just we are using in data centers, IT rooms, IT closet, something like they very highly secured area we are using fail secure lock. Okay. Next one, rex motion. Rex motion is also like automatically detect motion near the door to trigger an exit. If you will come nearby the door, then they are just using an infrared microwave sensor to detect the movement. If any movement will be there within range of that door, so that they will sense it and they will send the signal to controller to unlock the door. And this is also going to install inside the secure area only, it's not outside secure area. Okay, so what is the benefit? Because this is hand free, ideal for the high traffic area. It's like most of the people will be there, so no need to press button again and again, this will be opened. Okay, so next, locking devices. What is locking devices? Okay, so here I forget, see this is the rex motion. Okay, typically where we are installing, like this is door. Okay, like this is door, So here we are installing Rex, okay, and here we are installing door contact, and push button like request to exit button we are installing here, okay. Next one, locking devices is very crucial part of the access control, because if door will be not locked, so what mean of other systems, okay. So controller are the central processing unit that manage and coordinate all access control operate. They act as a decision maker and interpreting the reader from interpreting input from reader credential and verifying access right and trigger physical action like unlocking the doors, okay. Everything up like door is remains closed after with uh, in this up to till process, okay, up to verification door will be remain closed, okay. Next, like what type of locking hardware is there? So electromagnetic lock, electric strike, turnstile and barriers. If you see, this is the magnetic lock, electromagnetic lock, this is electromagnetic lock, this is magnet based. When you are going to supply electricity, so there will be there will be magnet, like they will produce a magnet within these two plate, and this will be closed. Once power will be lost, this will be open. So this is just fail safe, okay. Just keep in mind, like this maglock will be for fail safe. So this only will work within one. Once you will receive the power, then this will work. If there will be no power, this will not work, okay. Now electric strike. So electric strike, this one. So these are going to install in frame, like here this light, okay. And how maglock will be on like this, one will be on door and one will be on top of the frame. And how electric strike will be on frame and door, like nearby the this nearby the just lock only. So this could be a fail safe and fail secure. It's only depend upon the configuration, how you are going to configure, okay. So this is totally based on electric strike will be based on the configuration. So suppose you are going to design a system and you don't know it will be fail safe or fail secure, so you have to provide a electric strike. If you are aware like this will be going fail safe only, so you can provide a maglock. Okay. So what is turnstile? Next one, turnstile. So turnstile is just like, see, have you ever visited any metro? So you have, maybe you have seen this one. So if you will use the token or card, so this will be open, okay, and you can go inside the metro that secured premises, okay. Mostly these are going to be installed in mall, metros, airport, and okay. Next is barrier. So barrier is boom barrier like bollard gate, boom gates, okay. This is just used to control this vehicle only, like which vehicle, if somebody is inside the car and they if they will use the card credentials, they have to use some cards credentials that are that cards has more range like 20 meter, 50 meter approx 100, like okay. So 20, 15, 5, 6 meter something, they have some it's totally depend upon the specs, what is the card specs, okay, that they will use and they can go inside the secure area. This is just used for the vehicle only. Next one, cables requirement for the access control, like this already we discussed locking devices, door contact tracks, so but we don't know which type of cable we are going to use, okay. So here in cable, reader is there, so okay, so reader we are just using 22 by 4, 22 by 6 American wire gauge, okay. So this is the cable we are going to use in reader, and in this we need two core for power and two core for data, okay. And next one, like door contact just need a signal. Okay, so they just, because we are just sending a signal to controller from that door contact, like this door is open or no, not this is open or closed. So like this status controller want to know. So we'll connect with 22 by 2. One will be common, one will be for use for the signal, and this will be connect with the controller. Okay, now in the rex, actually rex button required signal as well. It's like same only, like door contact also required signal, rex will also require signal. So here one signal, one common. But for motion sensor, if you see, this required power as well. So 2 for power and 2 for signal, means 2 core for power, 2 core for signal. So here we have to provide 22 by 4 cable. Now lock. Lock is very important part, like for the access control. So for lock we need power cable, like we need power here, because this is thinner wire, okay, and this is thicker wire, little, like 18 by 2. So we need, we are not using cables to send the signal only, we are using the cable to get the power from the lock. Because if we'll get the power, then we'll use, because there is electric strike, there is a mechanical lock, okay, maglock. So maglock is also required a power, because whenever that power will be there, that lock will be apply. No power will be there, door will be open, lock will be unlocked. So we need power cable. Okay, so we'll use 18 by 2 or any thicker cable. Okay, normal power cable we can use, 2 core cable. Okay, so I hope this is very clear. No question about this cabling. Okay, so we'll move on next slide. Management software. So this is just we are not going to cover too much here. This is just software related, because in why we are using the software, because everything is going to configure through the software only. Okay, so software is what? Management software is centralized platform that oversees and coordinate all component of the access control system, and it act as the brain behind scene, ensuring smooth operation, security, and scalability. Okay, now what is the key functions? User right management means assign and modify access permission based on role, schedule, and zones. Access log record every entry attempt, successful or denied, and for auditing and security analysis. Okay, access log means they will just generate a list of logs, like this attempt was successful or denied. Okay, system integration means like we are using, so we can integrate the system through the software only. So connect with the surveillance, fire alarm, HR database, building automation system. Okay, surveillance, why? Because sometimes we are using surveillance system as well to as a credentials for the access control system. Fire alarm, like if something will happen, like there is a mishappening, like there is a fire inside the building, so this will, like that fire will send a signal to controller. So that time controller will open all the doors, and they will, and lift will be closed. Okay, so because in fire situation, all we no need to use the lift, we have to use the fire exit doors. Okay, and all doors will be open, because no one should be stuck inside any room. Okay, And building automation system also we need to integrate real time monitoring, like track the door status, alert user activity across the multiple locations, and remote control also. Okay, so allow administrations to unlock door, revoke access, update credential from where. Okay, so this is management software, is not limited to this one, it's also too much things is there in software, we can do lots of things. Next one is like which software we are using mostly in access control devices. Okay, so here are list of softwares. Okay, this is list of software, this is their key features. If you want to take the screenshot you can take it, and this is for where we are using. So multiple of, I think someone you know and someone you don't know. This is Kisi, this is mobile based credential, cloud based and mobile access real time log. And there is Butterfly, there is Brevo, there is Salto, there is Isoness, there is Genetec security center, there is OpenPath, Honeywell Pro Watch, Linel, and Avigilon. Okay, so if you want to go inside we'll discuss it later. Okay, we'll move on next slide. Power supply. So the lifeline of the ACS, power supply. The power supply is a critical component in ACS. In any access control system, it ensures that all connected devices, controllers, reader, locks, sensor, and exit buttons receive the correct voltage and current to operate the reliably and safely. Okay. Core functions convert. What is the core function? Convert high voltage AC, typically 110 volt or 220 volt, to low voltage like 12 volt and 24 volt DC. Okay, so from AC to DC, like in short we can say from they are just converting from AC to DC, because all electronic components are going to run on DC only. So here regulates and stabilize output to prevent voltage fluctuations that could damage sensitive equipment. Okay, next is the key features. So voltage output, commonly 12 volt DC or 24 volt DC depending on the system requirement. Okay, next one, current rating measured in ampere, 3 am, 5 am, 10 am, to support multiple devices. Battery backup, we have to add a battery. Okay, in power supply. And there is fail safe and fail secure compatibility, ensure lock behave correctly during power loss, maglock release, and strike lock stay locked. Power protection circuit include overload, short circuit, surge protection to safeguard the system. Okay, next one is, this is just architecture of the like power supply system. So this is it's look like, this is power supply board, and then here is battery. Okay, and this is some seat, I hope. Okay, this is seat of this power supply, like how you are going to connect. So see here, this is the power like this. If you see this one, this one, this is just like how much hit. So these are just point of the outputs, and these are just going to connect, like this is maglock. Okay, and they are going to connect with one common, one NC. And here this is a button, a battery, like they have very small, but it's, I think this is just a particular for some project. So installation considerations, what we have to consider during the installation: centralized versus distributed. One PSU can power multiple doors, or separate PSU can be used for per door. Enclosure type should be like metal cased unit with ventilation and mounting option. Okay, wiring, use appropriate gauge wire, like as we already discussed, for power supply we need thicker cable 18 by 2. Okay, if you will use 22 by 2, so it will reduce, it will there will be voltage drop in that, and that will be, there will be power failure. Okay, now next one, we have completed all the like component. Now this is just standard and protocols which we are using in access control. Okay, so there are some important standard included here. I just added ISO IEC 27001 information security management. Okay, so here purpose why we are using this one: establish a framework for managing sensitive company information. Okay, and you can read this, what is the benefit of applicability, where we will use, scope. Okay, now next one, IEEE standard. This is just defined the rule for data exchange across the electronic system. Okay, and next one, onvif. Onvif is just, if we are using a camera in access control, so we have to use the onvif based camera only. But promote, there is a standardization among the IP based security product. Okay, next one is Vigend. As you see, Vigend is like, there are two technology we are using mostly for the reader and controller, like Vigend and OSTP. Okay, so Vigend is just like transmit cadential data from the access control device. Okay, this is invented in 1970. Scope typically used in legacy system, like old system and basic access control setup. Because in Vigend, if you see, if you are using a card and there is a reader. Okay, so, and here is a controller, if you are using that card. Okay, so this will just send a signal to controller, and controller will just check their database, and they, if they will find, they will get the access to that cards. Okay, but if you see in OSDP, so OSDP will supervise it, like, and here in Vigend, this data is not, is going in data only, like if you will enter one, so it will go here one. But in OSDP, if you will enter one, it will be encrypted in like someone a word. Okay, and here again controller will de-encrypt it into a, and then they will send data to reader in encrypted way, and then this will de-encrypt, and then they will give the access to that card reader. Okay, so Weekend, like, applicable is only common in door entry system, parking gate, and time lock only. Like simple wiring, broad compatibility, but limited security. Security is very less in this Weekend. OSDP, OSDP like provides secure bidirectional communication, as I told, between access control devices. Scope support encryption, device monitoring, multi-drop configuration. Is applicability, what is the applicability of this? Ideal for the modern access control system and requiring high security. Benefit, stronger security than Weekend, support advanced feature like temper detection and remote configuration. Okay, so we'll discuss later. We'll show you complete architecture for the Weekend and OSDP. So for this, till now, this is okay. This is the standards which we are using in access control. Okay, so here integration, like with the other system. So access control just going to integrate with the CCTV, alarm system, and building management system. Okay, like HVAC, lightning, and access. If I am saying building management system, so it will cover most of the things. Okay, next one, system architecture. So here is just system architecture for the access. It's a simple architecture, like central head end and ACS server database. So here is the management software, here is the controller, and these are the additional slave routers. If we, like suppose this controller is only used for two doors, and if more doors are there, like four doors or five doors is there, so we, if suppose five doors are there, so we have to add two more. So two door this will cover, two door this will cover, two door this will cover. If total eight door are there, so we have to add one master controller and three slave will be there. Okay, now field controller connecting to lock and communication over cat6 or fiber. uh, if IP is there, so you can use cat6 or fiber, otherwise we can use a composite cable. Okay, so in cat6 if you see there are total four pair cable. Okay, like four pair, this is one pair, this is one pair, this is one pair. Okay, and this is one pair, there are total four pair, this is called cat6. So in our access control we need maximum 6 core, up to 6 core. Okay, so 6 core, but here 8 core is there. So if we want we can use cat6 as well, but cat6 are going to be like cost costly than the composite cable. Okay, so this here aux input aux output into the controller, and then they are going like there is a request to exit button that will be connected by the 22 by 2 cable, and here RFID reader, so that will be used 22 by 4 or 22 by 26, either you can use anyone. Okay, so this one is door sensor, this also required 22 by 2 cable, and here is log, so this required 18 by 2. Okay, and there is one more reader that is for different configuration. Okay, so this is another door and this one is another door. Here like electric lock, so it required this required 22 by 6 and this required 18 by 2. Okay, so this is just architecture, simple architecture for the access control. And next one is like broad architecture of the access control. Here you see the like multiple of things like there is control panel, here is video recorder. So this is just for access control. Okay, and rest of the things are just going to connect like here DVR is there, so this DVR will give the signal to controller as well. Okay, and this one is body scanner sensor. I hope you have seen in metros and airports. Okay. Next one, designing considerations. Like if you are going to design the access control system, so you have to follow the some steps. Like first we have to do the site survey of the door, like how what type of door is there, because without door you can't provide the locking hardware. So you have to do the site survey, and what is the risk, so you have to take everything note of this one. Okay, number of access point and scalability, type of reader and lock, network topology, centralized or distributed, power backup, it should be fail safe or fail secure, like what type design client required, data privacy and compliance with the regulation. Okay, so this is the just design consideration. Now next one, latest trend in access control. So access control, like there is a cloud based access management, mobile credential, these are going to be new, and artificial intelligence for the behavior analysis, IoT, Internet of Things integration for the smart buildings, and facial recognition, contactless biometric. Okay. Summary, what you have to learn for the getting more knowledge about the access control, you have to, if you want you can get the some certification Bixi or CDD, KNX, SIRA, and you have to do the hands-on practice with design tool and simulation softwares, like I already told you some softwares. Okay, next one is study real world case study and site layout, because if you are not going to read real world you will be confused. Okay, so you have to be interact with the real world case studies. So that's all, uh, like guys, so this is what we try to show you and try to explain you. If you have anything, any questions regarding the access control, you can reach out to me. I have already given the email id in our descriptions. Okay, you can reach out to me. I will try to explain and will try to give something good idea. uh, okay, so thank you so much to stay here and to learn something new. We'll come in next video with something new and new advanced technology to, and we'll try to explain something new in very deep. So this is just basic and start. Okay, so thank you so much. Bye bye, meet you soon.